Hello again. Gonna do another video here. This one may be a little longer than normal. Um, I've been trying to readjust my sleep schedule because I'm working nights and everything. So when I get home from work, I end up having extra energy or whatnot and stuff, and I'm maybe playing a little guitar, watching a little TV or whatnot until I get tired and fall asleep. And I don't sleep very well, so I end up sleeping longer than what I want, and come down to it and stuff, eventually I end up getting to starting to practice guitar, making these videos or whatnot. But this video, like I said, it may run a little long and stuff because not only I'm gonna pretty much try to recap a lot of my other videos into this one. We're gonna start with something that when I started my first videos, I mentioned what I consider dedication, or 4 elements of dedication. If you're first starting to learn how to play guitar, or picking up a guitar for the first time, or you don't even have a guitar yet and stuff, and you're not sure where to start. So those 4 elements for dedication and stuff that I consider that help me out, things that I keep in my mind, are focus, inspiration, commitment, and goals. So if you haven't bought a guitar yet, or you're not sure where to start and stuff, consider goals. Now, I use paper and stuff. I write down a lot of notes of either things that I'm learning, things that I'm watching on YouTube or whatnot. I jot down notes and stuff so I know to go back to it and stuff and try it, or look into it or whatnot and stuff, or remember where I am as far as trying to play a song, or what songs I'm working on, or etc. When I first picked up my guitar and stuff, my first goal in mind that I had in mind was wanting to learn how to play guitar. And at that point in time, I didn't have a whole lot of knowledge on it. I didn't even know where to start, just like many of you may be. So I suggest putting some goals together. My first goal was wanting to learn. I asked for some help from some friends or whatnot and stuff. I wasn't using YouTube at the time. Didn't know where to go. They pretty much told me just to start with basic exercises. So what I'm getting at with goals here and stuff is, whatever your goals are, write them down, jot them down. Short-term, long-term goals. It can be anywhere from, I want to learn how to play such and such song on guitar. Well, consider the idea of what guitar they're using, or what kind of music you want to learn how to play. That way, when you go to the music store and you go to buy your guitar for the first time, you have an idea of what kind of guitar you may need, whether it be an electric guitar, an acoustic guitar, bass guitar, whatnot. Now, when you go to the stores and stuff, a lot of times they will let you sit there and play on the guitars and stuff like that and everything. They'll offer some help. I do suggest getting some help and stuff, because a lot of times the employees at the guitar stores, 3 of them I know in my area and stuff, one being Sweetwater, another one being Music Center, another one being Guitar Works. I've been to all 3 and stuff, and I go to all 3 and stuff when it's warmer out and everything, and sometimes I'll just browse around. Sometimes I'll pick up a guitar and try it out, or I'll try out an amp or whatnot, but this will kind of be the starting point of it. When you're getting your guitar and stuff, you don't need a whole lot. Having an acoustic guitar, an electric guitar, either one and stuff can get you started. If you already have a guitar somebody's giving you, or you bought previously and just didn't do a whole lot with and stuff, that's just a great starting point until you get either money or get a chance to ask for something else or whatnot. And that's just because these exercises don't require a lot. Don't even really require a pick. So these extra tools and stuff that can help you out. There's all kinds of different ways to play guitar, whether it's with a pick, with fingers, using your fingers and stuff to push these the strings down on certain frets, or there's even what's called a slide guitar and stuff, where they're using a tool over their finger and stuff and sliding across and sort of thing. So yeah, get you some goals together and stuff. Think about what questions you might ask and stuff to achieve this goal. And your goals may end up changing. I know mine have. I've gotten a lot better at playing guitar and stuff, and so my goals have changed. I went from originally wanting to learn how to play guitar, which I think I've accomplished that goal to an extent. There's a lot more for me to learn, so I have not learned everything, and I'm not a teacher, and I'm not a professional or anything like that. I would classify myself probably as a late beginner, early intermediate kind of player and stuff, because I can do some things on a guitar. But yeah, mark down some goals and stuff, mark down some questions, check out things online on YouTube and stuff. Even if you don't go to a music store to pick up your guitar and you decide you want to purchase it online and stuff, that's perfectly fine. You may not get all the questions answered online and whatnot and stuff, but at least when you go to the guitar store to buy a guitar, you can try it out before you purchase it. Now, I have 2 guitars here myself. I don't have an acoustic or bass, but I do have 2 different electric guitars. I'm trying to pull a cable right here out of the guitar so I can show you them. So I got this guitar right here, which first guitar I bought and stuff. I love it. Well, not the first, but the first one I bought this past 5 months. I've only been playing for 5 months, so. But yes, this is a guitar I've had for the last 5 months learning how to play. Back in December, I started making a purchase towards this guitar. I put it on layaway and started making payments every week on it and everything, and eventually bought it. Is there a difference between these two guitars? Yes, they both have different sounds to them. They're both designed differently, both made differently. In fact, this one has what's called a Floyd Rose setup on it with a locking system up here and a locking system back here. It's got different pickups on it, different body on it, all that sort of stuff. So the Floyd Rose setup and stuff is a little more complicated and stuff, especially when it comes to playing. I don't really suggest that as a first guitar, but it can work. You can get it to work. You just got to be careful of this area back here on a Jackson with a Floyd Rose setup. And I'm not sure if Floyd Rose setup is on any other guitar besides Jackson. I imagine it probably is, but for me, that's what it's on right now. But this one right here doesn't have that same setup, so I can sit there and rest my hands on the back right there and stuff while I'm sitting here picking. Or that one I can't, because I'll end up stretching the strings farther. Which brings me to my next point. When you buy a guitar, you might consider the idea of buying what's called a tuner as well. If you don't have the money to buy a tuner or whatnot, I believe you can get an app on your phone that can help you tune your guitar up on a daily basis, or however frequently you may go out of tune or whatnot, as well as another instrument called a metronome. Now, there's more tools out there than that. There's a capo you can use, there's amps for electric guitars, there's pedals, there's a variety of stuff. But if you're just picking up a guitar for the first time and you're trying to learn how to play guitar for the first time, all you need to start off with is maybe a pick and the guitar. Use your goals and stuff as your basis of what kind of guitar you want. Like I said, it may change. My goals have definitely changed a little bit. Now I'm trying to work on not only improving the songs that I already know, as far as being able to play them, but as well as trying to sing them at the same time. We'll get into that later. So, goals being one key, commitment being the second part of this. So if you really want to learn how to play guitar and stuff, consider the idea that when you start playing and stuff, you need to sit down and play your guitar anywhere between 15 minutes to a half hour a day. For me and stuff, on my days off, I tend to play longer. I'll play all day long. I'll sit here and be playing on my guitar and stuff, maybe for a half hour to an hour and stuff, maybe even longer than that, trying to work on the songs that I already know, or trying to improve them, or learn new songs or whatnot, to watching online courses that I'm taking currently through justinguitar.com, which I'm only paying $5 a month for that, I believe. And it has all kinds of courses in there, from beginner to expert, to even songs. He shows how to play songs, to practical music theory, understanding music itself. Why is this called this on a guitar? Why is it called that on a guitar? So forth, so on. Which, when you tune your guitar and stuff, the most common tuning is E standard tuning, where pretty much these strings from thickest to thinnest have what's called a note name. Being that the thicker string is the E, and then goes down from there, A, D, G, B, and then back to E. If you want to understand why it's like that and stuff, music theory can help you understand that. So, commitment, spending 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day playing. If you end up missing a day because of something happening, it's not a big deal. But if you end up putting your guitar down for a week, I can't say that you're going to remember or keep what you learned retained. You may have to go back a little bit and stuff and reteach yourself some of the stuff that you started learning. If it's 2 weeks before you get back to it, there's a good chance you may have forgotten most of what you learned. If it's longer than that and stuff, then it may be just the idea that you actually just wasn't as dedicated into playing guitar as what you may have thought. You may have found new interest or whatnot. I know I did when I first picked up my guitar 20 plus years ago. Luckily, I'd only spent $200 on it at the time. $50 amp and about a $150 guitar. And that guitar ended up getting passed over to a friend, which got passed over to somebody else, and I no longer have it, which I'm not really concerned about and stuff because it wasn't that expensive. But since I've had this guitar, I've stuck with it. Not as much as what I wanted to when I first got the guitar. I did get this guitar about 5 years ago, but at the same time I was driving a semi-truck at the time. So I wasn't able to put as much commitment into the playing of the guitar because of the work that I was doing. So it might be a week or two or whatnot before I was able to get back to it, and so I wasn't able to retain the information as well. But these last 5 months, I no longer drive a semi-truck. Things have happened in my life. It's caused me to change my lifestyle, and so now I work a 40-hour week job and play guitar and stuff on my days off, and through the week when I'm not working and stuff, to try to improve my guitar playing, because this is something that I always wanted to learn how to do. It was kind of one of my dreams. So besides the guitar and the goals and the commitment, the other two parts are focus and inspiration. So when you're playing guitar and stuff, and I end up mentioning these 4 key words and stuff as I play or whatnot. Focus being that when you're learning how to play and stuff, you may end up getting frustrated. Frustrated that your fingers aren't cooperating, or that you can't pick the right string, or that the chord you're trying to play just doesn't sound right, and you can't understand why it won't sound right and stuff, and it may get annoying, it may get frustrating and stuff. That's why I talk about focus. Focus on taking your time with it. If you do get frustrated with it, don't hesitate to set the guitar down for a little bit. Watch TV, watch YouTube channels and stuff on how to improve what you're trying to do. Walk away from it a little bit, go out and exercise, whatever you need to do, eat something, whatnot. Come back to it later on and give it another try. If you end up, and we all get frustrated with it, even I get frustrated or annoyed with it and stuff when I'm trying to learn how to do something, and I just got to remember and stuff, stay focused, slow down, take your time with it. It'll come together. It's just may take a week or two and stuff. And when I first started playing and stuff, yes, doing these exercises and stuff to where I was getting faster at it and stuff, it did take a few weeks. Especially when you first pick up a guitar and stuff, you're going to have pains in your fingertips, and that's just caused by your fingers pushing on such a sharp point right there. It does go away. It takes about a week or two, but it does eventually go away. In fact, I've got a new callus forming up on my middle finger right here and stuff from where I'm playing so much. It happens. If you end up getting calluses built up and stuff to where your skin starts peeling, try not to peel the skin back. I'll use fingernail clippers and stuff, and for any skin that's maybe hanging there and stuff, I may try to trim it with fingernail clippers and stuff instead of peeling on it. And if you peel on it and stuff, you can end up causing more problems than good. So try not to peel the skin too much when you start building up your calluses. Another thing and stuff, somebody else had a YouTube video up I was watching and stuff, and he was referring to the same problem I've had a few times myself already. When you start playing and stuff, you're going to end up with pain in your muscles in your hands. And it's because your fingers and your hands are in positions and doing things that they're not used to doing, which is why these exercises are in place to help you build up muscle, help you build up the skin, help you get your fingers used to doing these sort of things. And it does take time. When you first pick up your guitar, if you play it every day for at least 30 minutes a day and stuff, doing this little exercise, and I'll show you this a little later and stuff, does improve. So that's kind of the focus idea of it. Don't get frustrated. Keep your emotions calm. Just work on learning how to play. If you need to slow down, slow down. If you need to take a break. Come back to it later on when your emotions are a little more settled and stuff, and you can get back at it. Now, if there's other things in this video you may want to see and stuff, you're welcome to skip forward to those parts and stuff. So I'll end up also going through the exercises and stuff for beginner players. I'll also end up going through trying to play some of the songs, and then hopefully at the end of the video I'll try to even do a little bit of freestyle playing and stuff to show that. So the inspiration part, I can't really tell you how to come across that. I know how I come across it. And it's about the only way I'm going to be able to explain this inspiration part. It's what makes you want to pick up your guitar, what makes you want to learn how to play guitar in the first place, and what keeps you picking up your guitar on a daily basis. For me, it's because I've got a new actual inspiration and stuff besides watching other people play guitar or listening to music that I love to hear and stuff and trying to do the whole air guitar thing. Well, I've got a guitar now, so I don't have to do the air guitar. I can sit there and try to work on it and stuff, but I don't know how to play the song, so I got to get to that. So with these electric guitars, yes, I do have amps. You don't need the amps right off the bat. In fact, if you want to get an amp, you can get a smaller amp than what I got and stuff. The two amps that I have is a Line 6 and a Marshall amp. One's a solid state amp, one's a tube amp. You can look that up online, what they are, what the difference is, or when you go to the music store to pick up your guitar and stuff, you can ask about them and try them out or whatnot and see the difference. In fact, I can show you the difference between the two amps themselves. So, the two amps I have anyways. So this is the Line 6 right here. And that's something I do too and stuff. You notice the volume just went down because I accidentally hit the volume knob on the guitar here itself. I call it a volume knob. I think somebody else calls it, other people call it something different. Now, I've gotten this Line 6 set for Jazz Dirty. I don't know exactly what kind of effects that is or whatnot. Normally I have it on Blues Clean, because it's got presets in it, being that it's a solid state amp with built-in effects. So that's kind of what an effects amp can do, or a solid state amp can do and stuff, because that most of the time I got preset built-ins or whatnot, or built-in presets. So the difference between that and a tube amp So if you can hear the difference between the solid state line 6 amp and the tube amp and stuff, now they're both very useful and stuff. I mean, it just depends on the song you're playing, the audience you're in front of, what kind of sound you're trying to create or whatnot and stuff. And this Marshall amp does have a distortion feature to it. Now I don't have any pedals or a capo or anything like that, but kind of gives you that sort of an idea. Now, the difference between this guitar, the sound of this guitar, and the sound of my other guitar, I've got to work on getting me a new mouse when I start getting paid. My left clicker on this mouse and stuff is starting to quit working on me. I've had that happen before. Not a big deal. Mouse computer's not that expensive, so here's the other guitar. So that's kind of the difference in the sound and stuff. And like I said, with this Floyd's Road setup and stuff, I got to be sure not to rest my hand or anything like that on the back right here, or else I'll end up changing the tuning of the guitar. Which is why I say either buy a tuner or get one put on your phone, an app on your phone, as well as a metronome. Metronomes can help too. So that's kind of the idea behind different sounds that you can make with a guitar. Now, when you do get your guitar and stuff, whatever goal you had in mind, if you wanted to learn a specific song and stuff, different ways you can start off with is, one, you can invest in an instructor if you want to. You can invest in some online courses. I know there's a multiple of different ones out there. I think Fender has one of their own. I use justiguitar.com. I used to use Guitar Tricks. There's and I believe there's many more. Or if you want to try to just learn just simply off of the YouTube videos that you watch, it's perfectly fine too. But exercises that I do to help me improve faster or get my fingers worked out, muscles and all that sort of stuff worked out, I start off with stuff like this. Now I'm showing you this, I'm going to end up speeding it up and stuff to show you all kinds of different ways you can exercise besides just doing this. So you can go down, you can go up, or slide down the neck, back up the neck, so these are just exercises, one, to get the calluses started on your fingertips, two, to get your fingers worked in and stuff, start getting them used to, and it may take a month and stuff for your fingers to start getting used to moving up and down a guitar and up and down a string sort of thing. If you end up going to a different spot, so I was starting up here and stuff, so I was playing 5 notes but only using 4 fingers, which means I was playing the open string. Open, first, second, third, fourth. If I slide down to some frets, I'm going to use my first finger, sort of thing. You can change it up if you want to and stuff. All you're doing is pretty much just trying to build up your fingertips, build up the muscles in your fingers, trying to get used to where your fingers would go, how to work them individually, separately, whatnot. Chords and stuff. Bar chords. Power chords. if you're wanting to learn how to play little solos or what someone considers shredding or whatnot and stuff. I can't shred, but I could do a little bit of soloing. Want to learn to play a little faster and stuff. I haven't gotten this technique down yet, but I'm still working on it. I still got to work on that some more and stuff. I'm trying to get there. So in that particular instance, for beginner players and stuff, pretty much what I'm doing is not only my picking that string there, but I can also hammer down on that same string. So turn this up just a hair. Okay, so what's called hammer-ons and pull-offs and stuff. So basically, my first finger's there, I'm hammering down on a string. Now your first finger doesn't necessarily have to be there. I don't know if you can hear that very well or not, but and pull off and stuff where I let a little bit of my skin grab that string to pull on it a little bit as I bring it off. It's a little bit more advanced than for a beginner, but something you can work on, as well as picking styles. So you can, if you have a pick, all 6 strings, just 4 strings, learn to mute strings. So if you want to play just 3 strings, so I am hitting all 6 strings, but on the top 3 top thickest strings and stuff you can hear. The other ones I got muted with my first finger there. That finger right there is muting a few strings. In fact, the only string it's pressing down on it should be that one. You might be able to hear a little bit of the other ones, but and then I got other fingers used in different spots. Online courses, instructors and stuff can help you improve those sort of things. Other exercises that I can try to do and stuff, so or if I want to try to just make my fingers faster and moving up and down these strings and stuff, put them on and take them off, sort of thing. I can tell you something right now and stuff which I still need to work on myself is the closer you can keep your fingers to those strings, the faster you can move back to them. A key thing with speed and being able to play and stuff, it doesn't matter whether it's chords or what I was just doing here. The closer you can keep your fingers to those strings without touching them, the faster you can end up being. When it comes to chords, the same way. So this is what's known as a G chord. If you can go from a G chord to a D chord. So I don't actually have to move this finger right here. I can keep that in the same spot. So keep that there and stuff. Less movement you have in your fingers, the faster you can change between one thing to another. There's also sliding. It doesn't have to be just one string. Something I'm still working on with the sliding thing is the reason I'm working on this is because these frets are a little bit farther apart than these frets are, so I'm having to also adjust the distance between my fingers when I'm doing that. So there are all kinds of different techniques out there. Like I said, picking and stuff. If you don't end up using a pick and stuff. And I'm not very good with just my fingers, but I have no fingernails, so I can't really use my fingernails. But just use your fingernails. If you shape them right, strengthen them up, whatnot. This is finger picking, thumb picking. And there are also courses and stuff on how to help you improve on doing those sort of things too, if you don't want to use a pick or you don't have a pick. But yes, different strumming patterns and stuff. So individual string picking, if you want to. So if you want to kind of try to get used to where your fingers are going and stuff, in correlation with what this hand's currently picking and stuff, trying to go up and down, you can change that up a little bit. Don't hesitate to slow down whatsoever if you need to. Anything from different styles of music and stuff that you hear that you want to try to learn how to play. So it's just different strumming patterns and stuff, which I do that quite often. I'll sit there and listen to the song and stuff with the headset on. Be listening to it, I'll have the strings muted and everything. I'm sitting there trying to keep up with one of the guitars in the song and stuff, which is another way you can learn how to play guitar stuff. If you want to just sit there and have your headsets on or just try to listen to the song and try to mimic what they're doing, it is possible to do that as well. That's one way a lot of people learn how to play guitar, was either an instructor or mainly listening to the sound and trying to mimic the sounds. For example, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. Okay, now I already know this song and everything, but if you didn't know this song, you didn't know how to play, you never watched a video on somebody else playing it or whatnot, and you wanted to try to mimic their sounds and stuff, well, simply all you would do is first off find whatever string that they're using and stuff, and this may take a little bit and stuff. You're going to have to kind of find out which one's the closest to that sound, which is what's known as ear training. Ear training is a very key thing for playing guitar. It allows you to be able to go from playing songs that you want to learn how to play, when you get your ears trained properly, to be able to go to a band, listen to what they're doing, and be able to play in the same keys they're playing in. What I mean by keys and stuff is something you can learn in with practical music theory, or learning what I mean by that and stuff, using the internet or YouTube channels or whatnot to understand what I mean by music key or whatnot, or whatever key a song is in. So yes, there are all kinds of different exercises on the guitar that you can use to learn, where all you would actually need is the pick, the guitar, and obviously have the guitar tuned for whatever. I would suggest starting off with E standard tuning, because that's the most common kind of tuning. There are multiple different types of tuning out there. Drop D tuning, half step down, which is Guns N' Roses. Most of their songs are set for to where instead of this thickest string being an E, it's actually an E flat. Now this guitar is not set up for an E flat, it's set up for an E. So you're hearing an E. But when they're playing and stuff, most of their instruments and stuff are tuned, or at least Slashes is tuned for E flat on that open string. So, and if you have any other questions as far as what I've gone over, or I didn't answer something or whatnot, you're welcome to ask the questions in the comments. I know I had a lot of questions. How long does this take me? How long will it take me to learn how to play guitar? The answer to that and stuff depends on each individual person, how much time they spend on a guitar. I know I've only been playing for 5 months, and you can kind of see what I'm doing right here and stuff. So I spend my days off playing guitar, and days that I'm working and stuff, I'll spend as much time as I can on the guitar after I've woken up and got my energy and got my drinks or whatnot. So it just depends on the person themselves. But yeah, if there's any other questions, comments, or whatnot and stuff that you may have and stuff for trying to learn how to play guitar, or buy your first guitar or whatnot and stuff, you're welcome to leave a comment in there, and I can try to answer the question, or I can at least direct you to somebody that can. Because I've done a lot of research on this. I've gotten resources that I use and stuff, which includes anywhere from experienced guitar players to, and again, notes I use, experienced guitar players to other guitar players out there that are first starting to learn how to play. There's one in particular person and stuff that I watch. I think he's at about the same skill level I am. He spends about 30 minutes a day playing and stuff, and every day you can tell he gets better. I will leave the resources that I use in the descriptions. That way, if you decide you want to check out these people on YouTube, and I think, yes, all of them have a YouTube channel. I know one of them streams on Twitch. Another one does a live stream on YouTube. And then there's also another one that has a Discord channel. I believe two of them have a Discord channel. But yeah, I use justtheguitar.com. And if I have any questions that I want an answer to and stuff, I can go to Brooke Hoover. He normally leaves a YouTube video out there daily and stuff, going over different things that he's learned. I believe he is a teacher. I don't know how many years of experience he's gotten, but he can explain to you about different guitars, acoustic, electric, stringing, amps, pedals, music, probably even teach you. So myself, learning to play these songs and stuff, I use tablature. There's also the Aristic guitar, if I'm hopefully spelling that right, I'm not sure. I believe he's another teacher. I know he's got 25 plus years of playing guitar and stuff. He knows a lot about guitars. He works on them, amps, pedals, that sort of stuff. When he streams on Twitch and stuff, he's using amps, he's using guitars, he's using pedals. He's trying to find new sounds, having fun. Damien Andy, I believe he said he's gone to school and stuff to learn how to play guitar, so he's been through a music class. He also tries to teach. I think he also does gigs with bands. He's another person you can go to and talk to. Now, the people that I tend to watch for my inspiration and stuff, besides just watching these people and trying to pick up stuff that they're teaching, for example, I seen Brooke Hoover doing this one day, so I decided I was going to try doing this myself. And I'm still working on improving that. My days off and stuff, I'll spend a lot more time on the guitar. But, so, a guy that goes by the name 30 minutes, and I don't think there's any numbers involved in it. I think it's 30 minutes guitar a day. I believe that's how it's said. Let me look it up here just real quick. I've subscribed to him because I like watching him play, because he improves just as much as what I do, and he's a great inspiration in my opinion. So, 30 minutes guitar a day, yes. Now his channel doesn't have any numbers in it and stuff, but when he brings up his videos and stuff, it actually does have the numbers 30 on it instead of the word 30. So, but his channel is titled 30 Minutes Guitar a Day. And I've got a list of a bunch of other people and stuff I watch. You know, I try to watch them as much as possible and stuff whenever I get a chance and stuff, and leave a comment on how I think that they're progressing or whatnot to try to inspire them, as well as offer any help if I can to these people as well. But let's get to some of the stuff that I do know. As soon as I find my page again, notes. Yes, I write myself a bunch of notes. It helps remember things. So, one of the first songs I got right here. It's not one of the first songs I started learning how to play, but it was one of the first songs I got better at. Now, that's kind of the intro to the song. It's got also a little bit of solo I'm working on too. So right there, I actually forgot to, on these two strings, you're supposed to, according to the tablature, do a pull off. So when you do a little bit of a pull off and then come down to here, so you're just kind of twisting your finger, going from this to this. So and it kind of goes into the music itself. So my current goal right now is to be able to play this song without having to think too much about it. Anywhere from the very beginning of the song to the very end, including the solos and all that sort of stuff, to be able to play the entire song myself and sing to it. Now I've asked people some questions about how to do that because I'm struggling with it. And the answer that I've gotten so far and stuff seems to be the same. If you want to be able to sing and play guitar at the same time, you got to get so good at playing the guitar part, it just comes natural. The problem that I have and the problem that they demonstrate that most people do have is when they're sitting there playing these chords. For example, let me play that right. So if I'm sitting here trying to do this same old strum and trying to sing this song at the same time, so you think you can tell, sort of thing, you'll notice that my hand is trying to mimic what I'm trying to say and how I'm trying to say it. So you got to get so used to the combination of things. It's pretty much a big time focus thing. That word focus. So my mind is splitting its focus between what this hand is doing currently right here, what it's doing, and then where it's supposed to go to next. And then the strumming pattern, as well as trying to think of the words of the song and then trying to put it all together. It's too much for my mind to be able to handle all at one time, so I've gotten to put more focus into what I'm trying to sing or the lyrics of the song and get my hands to where they know what they're doing without my mind. And it is possible. I mean, you see it all the time. It's like people out there playing guitar and singing on stage or whatnot, or in concerts all the time, and they've gotten so used to playing guitar after years of playing it and stuff, it just comes natural for them to be able to do these sort of things. I'm only 5 months into this, so it's not natural for me yet. Heck, when I was walking and stuff, 5 months was not enough for me to even learn how to walk, or crawl, or talk, or any other thing like that. Learn the English language. It takes time, so again, that time will depend on how much time you put into practicing and working these things out and getting used to it. So yes, got that song right there. Another song. I'm still working on this stuff. And so a recent goal that I had and stuff was to be able to try to play along with these songs, and that's still kind of a goal that I do have. I've been able to do it a little bit and stuff, which is showing my progress, okay? My ability to improve. Been able to do it a little bit and stuff, and I continuously work at it more on my days off than on my days that I have to work. But another way to show good progress, I mentioned a metronome before. When you're sitting there doing these exercises, When I first started doing those and stuff, I think I was doing them roughly about 50 beats per minute. Now I can probably keep up with a consistent 200 beats per minute. Now, I don't necessarily have to pick really hard on these strings and stuff in order to get them to sound the way they do. I can lightly pick on them, and if I turn the amps up a lot higher, as well as the guitar, or depending on the style of pickups that I have and stuff for a brighter, cleaner sound, or a duller, more rhythmic kind of sound, I can pick on even less and stuff, and the sound will still be there. Now, if I don't end up using an amp, then yes, I may need to pick on them a little harder, but I don't suggest it. The reason I don't suggest it is because the more aggressive you are with your picking on strings, the more likely you are to end up breaking a string. But it doesn't take that much. If you're sitting here playing by yourself and you got an entire room that's quiet to yourself and all that sort of stuff, now see, I'm not picking on the strings that hard at all. Now I'm pretty sure you could probably hear it in the video, the sounds that I'm making right here, without even picking on them that hard. Now, using an amplifier, yes. Very quiet, kind of picking to a much louder kind of picking. You'll notice that with chords too. When you play chords, the harder you pick at them, the louder they are. But you want a smooth sound. The lighter you pick on them, kind of the better they sound. Power chords are a little harder to do that with because it's just two strings. So it's not so much about being able to pick those strings really hard as more as getting a fine communication between your two fingers. Hey, why don't you mute this string and I'll play these strings down here, sort of thing. Now without the amp, there's a difference. Now, an acoustic guitar and stuff, you have the hollowed out body, so that body is actually amplifying the sound of what you're doing. Therefore, with the hollowed out body and stuff, your sounds will be a lot louder, but you can still quiet them down and make them louder. The more aggressively you pick at it, the louder it is, but the more chance you take on either one, needing to retune your guitar, or two, needing to restring your guitar because you broke a guitar. So, it's kind of the idea behind that. But eventually, something I do suggest and stuff, whether you're a beginner guitar player or not, I imagine that an ultimate goal you had when you buy a guitar was to have fun with the guitar. Well, so here's my style of fun. And yes, I'm using an amp, using the Jackson guitar. So something that kind of goes along with that. I've been working on this song. So that's a little bit of Lenny Kravitz's American Woman. Well, he made it famous. He didn't write it, but yes. You may recognize that way. Or you want just to do single notes. So when you get a little bit faster at being able to do these exercises, you can kind of make up your own little thing and stuff and have fun with the guitar, which is ultimately, like I said, why you bought the guitar in the first place. Unless someone made you buy the guitar, I can't really do nothing about that. But besides that, let's see, what else can we do here? Oh, I remember now. So that's kind of a scale and stuff. I think that somebody taught me one time, but there are a number of scales you can play on a guitar as well. Learning the scales and stuff comes along with learning part of music theory. Like I said, this video is kind of a summary of all my videos and stuff, going from buying your first guitar to having fun with the guitar to learning some of the songs and stuff you might be trying to learn. Oops. A little bit of Crazy Train right there, a little bit of Highway to Hell from AC/DC. I still got to work on that one some more. Even to Johnny Be Good. Let's try that one here. Let's see if we can do that one. Trying to. Now, granted, this particular song you may recognize and stuff. I'm not using the right guitar to play with this song. Well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I can get this guitar to sound really close to the same guitar he had. I am using pretty much the same type of style of amp he's using in that song, but you kind of get the idea. I can learn how to play this song and stuff and don't have to have that exact guitar. I'm using a Jackson with a Floyd Rose setup and stuff, but I can get it to sound pretty close to the same. I've even got it to sound pretty close to the same with the Line 6. Not exactly the same. It doesn't ever have to be exact. When it comes to playing guitar, a big key thing to playing guitar, you need to be comfortable. Comfortable with, and it may not be comfortable right off the bat because these are things you're doing that are new, but picking style, using your fingers comfortably, sitting comfortably, the way you hold your guitar comfortably, and as time goes on and stuff, you'll find that adjusting positions or adjusting the way you're sitting, adjusting the way you're holding guitar. If you want to stand up and use the neck strap just here to the other piece right here, if it's just a one hook strap type of deal, you can do that too. When it comes to playing guitar, it's whatever is comfortable. Let's see here, what else is there? So here's another one right here I've been working on. Like I said, on my days off, I'll put more time into this, as well as watching more videos and stuff, and hopefully sharing more comments. And so, but anyways, so yeah, I did a little bit of freestyle, showed a little bit of exercise, showed a little bit of what I know how to play and stuff. I mean, that was a few songs there. I'm just trying to recap some of my old videos and stuff for those people out there, because I know I've got quite a few more viewers and stuff than I've had in the past, which is fine. And any of those viewers that want to leave a comment and stuff, whether they want to tell me how well I'm doing, or offer up some help or some tips or some additional tools or whatnot and stuff. Now, as far as the equipment I got here and stuff, I probably won't buy anything new until after I get my taxes done, which will probably be closer to April, maybe even May. Just because I want to be able to get my taxes done and all that sort of stuff and get that all settled in. Plus, I'm trying to settle in on a new job, so. But I think that's going to be all of my guitar playing for today. As you can see on here and stuff, I already have spent about an hour playing, probably actually more like 30 minutes to 45 minutes playing, 15 minutes of talking. But I try to make a YouTube video every day. And I do appreciate the people that do watch the videos and share the likes or subscribes, or even if you want to throw a comment up there and stuff, if you have a question, like I said in the descriptions and stuff, I'll try to share my resources that I use as far as people that are either on YouTube or whatnot stuff. But yeah, if you want to go see somebody else and stuff that does this same thing and stuff, they share a video every day for 30 minutes and stuff. Of them learning how to play guitar. Right now he's using his electric guitar, which looks like a fabulous electric guitar. In fact, his electric guitar has got the Floyd Rose set up on it as well. It doesn't have the same shape as this right here. I think he's got a cutout right here or whatnot, but yes, it does look pretty nice. And he's learning songs just like I am. I think he's got We Are the Champions going, Little Johnny Be Good, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, and a few other songs and stuff. And I try to watch him and comment on him and help him out, or tell him how great he's doing or whatnot, because every day I do see improvements there. So, but I think that'll be it for now and stuff. That's almost an hour-long video, and I do have to get ready for gotta be there here in about 45 minutes. So, one last thing before I go. Like I said, Valentine's Day is only about 11 days away. So yes, on a daily basis, stuff from here up until then and stuff, try to compliment people if you can. I know for some it can be a rough holiday. For others and stuff, they're not too bothered by it. And for many out there and stuff, they probably love this holiday, especially girls. Me and myself, I used to like this holiday very much and stuff, just because it was with my wife and everything, and we got to share a great day together. But yeah, I gave out some compliments yesterday to people that I've subscribed to, as well as some co-workers and stuff, and I plan on doing it on a daily basis and stuff. And the holiday, it doesn't have to necessarily be for the holiday, but I mean, just trying to remind you that the holiday is coming up, so don't forget about those special people. So until next video, have a good day.